Hey everybody, welcome back to the Colcom podcast. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Mia.
Okay, today we're going to look at another one of the Colcom topics. What's our topic today, Mia?
Today's topic is all about our past.
Ooh, okay. Let's bring up some bad memories.
Let's do it.
Okay, number one, what was your first job or part-time job? Why did you pick that job?
My first job or part-time job was working in a bakery, a local bakery in my neighborhood. I took that job because I guess like with most first part-time jobs, like you just want to learn a bit more responsibility, get a bit of pocket money so you can buy some stuff by yourself without asking parents for money. And the benefit, I mean, not that I picked this job specifically for this, but a benefit of working at a bakery was that you always got like leftover stock of like bread or whatever that they didn't sell at the end of the day.
Right.
So I had like free school lunches most days because I'd take home bread rolls and whatnot. So yeah. What about you?
Well, like I helped my dad out like for a couple summers, but I'd say my first part-time job was actually selling chocolates door to door.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I actually responded to an ad in a newspaper. They were looking like for teenage people to sell chocolates door to door. So what it was is like they basically these sketchy guys would drive like 12 teenagers around like the city to different parts and like drop us off in different neighborhoods, and then basically carrying a big sack of chocolate bars, we go up to and knock on each one. They go, "Hello, my name is Jeff. I don't have a job, and I'm trying to create my own job by selling you these delicious chocolates. Would you like to possibly buy one for me? They're only $3.99."
Yeah, wow.
You know? So it's like it had like a salesman speech, and then you would hand them a flyer and say like, "Oh, this is all the stuff they do."
Interesting.
Yeah, but I ended up like quitting that job because one day while I was like walking outside, I found $100 bill on the ground, and
you're just like,
okay,
set for life.
Yeah, and then and I did it for 3 months, and that was just enough job experience to put on my resume.
Nice. All right, second question is, have you ever met anyone famous? What was it like?
Yes. So, while I was in college, I worked at Second City Theater. Second City is kind of like an improv theater.
Oh, yeah, I know
So,
Second
like,
City.
there's like a lot in Toronto. Like, there's a lot of actually like famous celebrities that started there.
Nice.
So the famous person I met was Robin Williams.
No way. I'm
Yeah.
so jealous. Oh my God. How was he?
He was like, I got to chat with him like for 30 seconds and shake his hand.
Yeah.
He was like, because it's also in Toronto, and the TIFF, the Toronto International Film, it was actually filming around that time. So he's there promoting one of his movies.
Oh, but was he sweet in that 30 seconds?
He's a nice guy. Oh my God. Nothing wrong with, like he wasn't snot. He was very down to earth, very kind, nice, shook my hand.
So
I didn't have a camera, so I didn't get a picture with him, but
just as long as you were in the moment.
He put his arm around me, like, haha, like, on a...
Oh, I love that. Well, living in New York, I went to many Broadway shows, and a lot of famous actors tend to come and do some Broadway shows time to time. So, and the good thing with that is you can stage door, which means that you go to the stage door where actors come in and out when they go into the theater. Okay,
that's interesting.
Yeah, and after the show, people line up at the stage door, and actors, when they come out of the theater, will sort of walk along. They put up barricades, and you can show them your like playbill, which is like the show's program, and they'll sign it, and you can take a picture sometimes or talk. So pretty much every time I went to see a show where there was a famous person in it, got to meet them, get their signature, whatever. But the nicest person I met was Mark Ruffalo, I'd say.
Oh, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Oh, the Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk. He was super sweet.
Oh, yeah, I hear that about him too. Yeah, he's also very down to earth.
Super down to earth. Like, I tried to take a photo, my phone wasn't working, and he was just like, "It's okay, like, take your time, it's fine." It took like longer than needed. I know, I was like, and he's just like, "It's fine, like, it's fine, take your time, no worries."
Yeah.
So,
oh, wow. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Number 3. If you could go back in time and give your past self one piece of advice, what would it be and why?
Damn. Shit, do you have one first?
Well, yeah, like I was in high school, like I was always scared to talk to girls. And so if I could go back in time, I would say like hey, girls also like you. Don't be scared of them.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I was going to say maybe like it would be dating advice for me too. I'd probably tell my past self like, you don't have to worry about like, there's no deadline in terms of like meeting someone, like just, no rush. Don't have to like jump straight into dating early on. Like take your time, focus on you.
Yeah.
Dating will come later.
Oh, okay. I would have been. Mine was like, no,
the opposite.
You should have dated. You shouldn't have been a loser. Just like if you talked to the girl, she would have said yes. If you asked her out, she said, "Let's give it a shot."
Aw, well, there we go.
Yeah, it's not what you're the thing you're building up in your mind isn't really what the results aren't going to be the same.
That's true. True. All right, next question is: have you seen any good movies lately that you'd recommend, and why?
Well, greatly. So. One I would recommend is that movie Everywhere,
Everything all at once.
So but I saw that a few months ago when I was on the plane, and that's an amazing movie. Another one I saw recently was The Menu.
Oh, I've heard good things about that movie.
Yeah, it's got a stacked cast.
Yeah.
And also like there's a big twist in it too.
Ooh.
So like I would recommend that. So.
I mean, I was going to recommend Everything Everywhere All at Once as well. That's pretty much like, even though I also watched it months ago, still one of the best movies I've seen in a while. So
it was
that's
a very
also my
original idea too, which you don't see often.
No, and thank God it won so many awards at the Oscars. It deserved it.
Yeah.
So
like it broke. Like there was like the Michelle Yeoh was like the first ever like a female Best Actress winner ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like Asian? You mean
Asian? Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
right.
Female Asian. Yeah. But, and like even her speech too. Did you watch that?
Yeah. It was amazing.
So like I sent it to all my friends, all my Asian female friends too, because there's like onto all the little boys and little girls that look like me.
Yeah.
This is the like on Never Stop Dreaming, and and to all the women that said you're too old, or like on this Don't Give Up.
Yeah. That was such a good
boom.
speech. Yeah.
Mike, she could just drop the mic there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Number 5. Do you have any famous sayings that you always keep in mind?
I mean, I like to think of the saying sort of everything happens for a reason. So I just feel like, whenever something goes wrong, I feel like even if it wasn't some, how do I describe this? Like, no matter what happens, there's going to be something that you'll learn from, or that will lead to something else that, or like one door closes, another opens kind of thing in that vein. I just think it just helps with anything in life. Like, no matter what happens, you'll be okay in the end kind of thing.
Yeah, like even you even learn from your mistakes, or like, the say like it took Thomas Edison 99 attempts not to make a light bulb, but one time to actually make the light bulb. So
sure.
But as well as like the one I'm using these days is like fail to plan to fail.
Oh, that's a good one.
So like it's like you have to plan it and like think things out before you actually do it, because you're not gonna succeed if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Question 6. What's the most embarrassing thing you did as a child that still makes you laugh to this day?
Oh my God. What's the most embarrassing thing? Oh, that makes me laugh to this day. I was always like a problem child.
Okay.
So one of the things when I was the middle child too, so I felt jealous when my sister was born, and I wanted attention. So I would often just like climb up a chair and say like jump to get my parents to catch, or like when I felt like no one was paying attention to me, like at the family barbecue, I said jump, and I jumped in the pool, but no one was around. And, but then one time I got up on it. My parents told me I got up on the chair and I said jump. Yeah. And no one was paying attention. And so I yelled jump, and no one. And then I said, "Hey, catch me, asshole!" to my father.
Oh my God! Damn.
That makes me laugh still. So
that's a good one. I'm sure. I'm sure he got a good laugh of that now too.
My mother gave him a slap. He's like, well, he says that because that's my father would curse in front of me. So,
well, I don't know specifically, but I feel like I was just always a performer. So I feel like, not that it was embarrassing per se, but I would just always put on like, you know, these kind of stupid like performances. Like I'd do some, you know, background music on my keyboard and like do some like interesting interpretive dance for my parents. And I'd like, you know, give them tickets and they'd have to like, you know, have an assigned seat. So I feel like I just look back, I'm like, that's so sweet that I like,
make up a costume from a bunch of different clothes.
Yeah. And I'd like set up my teddies as like extra audience behind my parents. So yeah, I feel like that's just a cute thing I used to do.
Okay. Number 7. If you had to dress up in the fashion of any era, which era would you choose and why?
Ooh, I'm a big lover of like 50s fashion. I feel like I love the big like small waist, big skirt, like cute little top kind of look.
Kind of like, the rockabilly, like the frayed skirt with the
poodle
skirt.
On. Yeah, poodle skirt. I love that
polka
style.
Dots.
Yeah, like grease type clothes, you know? Yeah.
Ooh, what would I do? I guess. Ooh. Oh wow. I guess I guess that era too.
Yeah.
Just like for that, there was kind of like the bowling shirt and like slacks, and you know, I wouldn't do the leather jacket, but you know, just like a t-shirt, like a white t-shirt and jeans seems very easy.
Yeah, definitely. Converse. Yeah.
Converse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
like
maybe like 80s like skateboard fashion.
Oh yeah, 80s would be interesting for sure.
Yeah,
big hair,
fluoro
colors.
Yeah.
All right, next question is, who has influenced your life the most and why?
Oh, well, I guess it would be my parents, because you know, like they've always been behind me no matter my what I've done.
Yeah.
And they've given me advice, and like they've also pushed me to do stuff that I didn't want to do. Like
sure.
I didn't want to do sports in the beginning, but then they wanted me to be more social with other people, so they pushed me into it, and like I got to make new friends.
Nice. Yeah, I guess I'd say the same. My family in general. My parents, my grandparents, just you know, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and then, you know, I like also like every girl that I've dated too has kind of left like a kind of imprint on me too.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say like, I think the people that you meet in your life, like whether it's just, you know, someone that didn't stay long or someone that was like an ex or someone that you dated for a while, like I think no matter who you meet, they can all leave some kind of an impression and imprint on your life and everything.
Great. Yeah. Number 9.
Yes.
What's something that you want to do in the next year that you have never done before?
Ooh, that I've never done before. I mean, not that it's like necessarily my choice, but I've never had like a long-term serious relationship, so I'd love to have that any day now. So that would be great.
My thing is, I love comedy, so in the next year I want to try doing comedy in Korean once.
Oh,
but,
wow!
One thing just give it a try. But one thing is also get over one of my fears is driving. So I've never had like an official driver's license.
Ooh.
I've only had like a learner's permit.
Okay.
So in the next year I want to basically take the driving course to get a license, be able to drive.
Nice. That's a good goal.
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Alrighty. Lucky last question is, if you had a time machine, what would be the first thing you would do with it?
Oh, man.
This is tricky.
See, I've watched a lot of sci-fi.
Yeah.
And always like the time travel stuff is always a negative thing.
Yeah, true. Something always goes wrong. Would you want to go, okay, how about this? Would you want to go back in time or forward in time?
I would like to go back. I guess if I had a time machine, we were talking about investments at another end. So if I had a time machine, I would go back, and the day when a guy was telling me about Bitcoin,
you would have invested.
Yeah, it was because it was like only like $5 or $7 at the time, and the guy didn't explain it right, and I was like, like digital money, like no, that'll never work.
Right.
Instead, like I just ended up having like a beer, but like like having a bunch of craft beers. So for every craft beer I bought that night, if I had instead bought a Bitcoin, that would have been like $60,000. So
but you wouldn't have had beer.
Yeah, well,
I'm kidding.
Beer
but
comes and goes. Yeah, so I would have corrected that.
True.
I mean, mistake.
In that vein, I would take it a step further and just be the inventor of something like, you know, Apple. Be the first to be like, let's make an iPhone back in the 90s. You know what I mean? Like, Apple was around in the 90s, but
there, at the start of like Apple or Facebook or something like that.
Just take technology we know now and be the first one to suggest it and create it and be the.
Is that what you would do with the time machine?
Maybe. I know it's probably not. You know, I'd be sort of cheating.
Anything else?
I think that's probably.
Maybe your high school crush make his girlfriend the day that they fell in love, make her have an accident.
Oh, that's so mean. I don't know if I'd do that, but that's a good point. I would maybe like go back and you know, ask out someone that like I did have a crush on, because like who knows, it could have gone well, but. You know.
All right. Well, that's a great talk about the past. Thank you very much, Mia.
Yeah.
If you have further questions about Qualcomm and their locations as well as what they do, you can contact them at their website at qualcomm.co.kr. Thank you very much. I've been Jeff.
And I'm Mia.
Bye-bye.
Bye.